what happened to Pink Barbie? Like, what happened to her? Like, she was, and then she just. Hey guys, it's your girl Pink Barbie, and I'm back with another video after a long time. I know. We're not even gonna get into that, but we're just gonna jump right into the video, and that's gonna be what happened to Pink Barbie. Like, what happened to her? Like, she was, and then she just, you know. But it's been so long since I've spoken with you guys and really sat down, and I apologize, I can't find my battery to my camera, so today we're gonna take it old school style and be filming on my phone. So fight me. But yeah, so like, I'm just here to talk about a little life update, what's been going on, how I've been doing, just the real tea. But yeah, since the last time that I think the last time I came on was when I dropped my birth vlog, when I had my daughter, my sweet baby Serenity, and now I have a 2-year-old. Like, huh? And then it's like, it's so crazy to me, but that's my world. Like, I really love her to death. Like, Lord knows I needed her. Lord knows that I needed her, but Lord, that I didn't know how much I really needed her in my life. But yeah, just a little update, to touch on, like, mom life, how I've been adjusting from being a mom, transitioning to just being my own person, my own self, and then becoming a mom. Like, that was super big for me, because if you know me, you know that, like, I was real strict on, like, I don't want to have kids until, like, I'm set in life, like, married, I got the the career, the everything. Like, I'm just relaxing. I don't have to worry about nothing, because I see in scenarios that stuff can happen. But life, and I got pregnant with my daughter, and I just, like I said, if you guys kept up with my other video, pretty much, like, I just knew that she had to be here, not sure, at this time I didn't really know the reason exactly, like, behind it, but now I definitely knew that girl is my strength, and like I said, I never really wanted kids. I wanted kids, I just wanted it, like, I try to narrate my life so hard to where it's like, when they say, like, pick your man wisely, or just in general, it don't gotta be about a man or whatever, but like those type of things, I really wanted to narrate my life. And I thought I would have probably had a child, like, when I'm a little bit, like, I was at the height of my career. And this is another thing that, like, I don't think a lot of women talk about, where you're chasing your dreams. And, like, I was in a space between, like, I felt like chasing my dreams, or like how society would be like, you can either chase your dreams or have a kid. You can't have both. But, like, in that time that I was, like, making my decision, I felt like I can do both. Like, it's all about how you apply the pressure and do it. And since I was supported and stuff like that, so I felt like, I could do this, I could take it on. And not knowing, like, how really, like, I seen my cousins, my mom, how hard it is to be a mom, but you don't really understand how hard it really is being a mom until you become a mom, Like, if you know, and if you don't, you don't. But, like, yeah, I didn't realize how hard it was to really be a mom until I became one. Like, it changed me. Like, sometimes I be wanting to go back to the old girl that I was, or I look at old videos, because I feel like after having my child, like, I went through postpartum depression, something that I never thought that I would really experience, but I did. And with that being said, like, it was tough for me. Like, I lost hella weight, I dropped down, I was so skinny. Like, if you see me, I was skinny. I'm just now really, like, gaining my weight back and kind of finding myself. And they never lied when they said, like, it really takes you, like, 2 years. So, like, if you're watching this video right now and you're pregnant or thinking about, and this is not for everybody, because not everybody experiences it, but most women do experience postpartum depression, and most women experience it and they don't even know that they're going through it, because you know, our ancestors and stuff like that, they wasn't taught like about postpartum depression or whatever the case may be. They just had to raise these babies and go. But it's like, it is hard. Like, and I feel like nobody really could understand me, relate to me, you know, because it's like, at the time when I had my daughter, you know, I'm right now, I'm 26 years old. When I had her, I was 24. I had just turned 24 that year. Yeah. So pregnant 23, and you know, my life changed as soon as I said, like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. And it didn't change as far, it changed as far as like, you know, it's like, I don't know what it is like about being pregnant where you just feel 10 times lonelier. And even when you have, after having my daughter, it's like, you know, I have friends, we have friends in this generation doing crazy stuff. We got friends who is single and living her life, and you know, on a Tuesday they can get up and go wherever because they don't have that responsibility of a child. Then you got friends who is having kids, friends who's getting married, whatever the kid, friends who's, you know, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like, and it's like, I felt so lonely. Like with postpartum, it just really makes you feel like, it's something that like I feel like I still to this day can't really describe and find the right words for it. But it's like, I was just in a very dark space to where I was experiencing rage, like, you know, dealing with hearing my daughter cry and cry and cry and cry. And it's like, I prayed for an easygoing child, because I felt like a lot of people was putting their like aspects of children on me, and it's like, I really tried to pray hard, like, you know, my child is gonna be different, my child's not gonna be like that. But unfortunately, my child, like, she's really sweet and she can be chill now. But you know, from the time I had her, like from the time we went home from the hospital till like simmering down now, which she's still a little bit like active, but like she was real active, just wants to be hands-on and just fussy a little bit, especially when she was like a couple of months and stuff like that. And at times that I would be alone because, you know, my partner was working all the way up north. So imagine being by yourself with a crying baby, and you done did everything that you could do as a mom, as a parent, to soothe this child, make sure that the child's okay. I'm sleep deprived, I'm not sleeping. Like, that was the worst time of my life. Like, I feel like the first year of my daughter, like I have to look back at pictures and stuff of her, and I don't want to cry. I really don't, because I got my makeup done, I look pretty. But you know, my first year looking at my daughter, I feel like it was just like flashes of certain things that I could connect to, certain things that I couldn't connect to, because it's like, I wasn't even mentally there, and nobody really knew how to comfort me, you know? Because at the end of the day, like, we're in this generation where like everybody has things that we're going through, and you know, but it's like, I just felt so alone, like, you know. And I don't really have a lot of friends, so like the friends I do have, like, I have friends who had kids, but I feel like, you know, they had kids now, or they're not really like a person who I talk to all the time, or whatever the case may be, or just like I said, life, we be going through life. So it's like, I felt like a disconnect. And I'm pretty sure a lot of pregnant women or women who have kids have felt like, damn, as soon as you became a mom, it was like, you know, you stop getting invited to certain things because whether or not you can't make it, or they feel like they can't make it, even though it would be a good feeling just to know like you were thought of, you know, even though you're a mom. And I might cancel, like, you might invite me to something on Saturday and I might say I'm all for it, but Saturday comes and I'm super overwhelmed. Like, I'm super overstimulated by just my week load of being a mom, being a this, being a that. Like, it's so tiring, you know? Like, you literally lose yourself, because it's like, you have to, when you wake up, you're asleep. From the time you open your eyes, from the time you go to sleep, you have to tend to another person, and you're constantly tending to people, but you forget to tend to yourself. Like, it would, like, for that first like almost 2 years, like, I wasn't getting my hair done like that. I wasn't doing my makeup. I wasn't doing my nails, keeping up with myself. Like I said, I lost a lot of weight, and like I fell out of love of creating content and wanting to create and doing what I'm like. I don't know if people know this, but on Instagram I don't even really do makeup videos and stuff like that no more, because it's like within these 3 years, it's like nobody cares about talent anymore. You gotta be dripped down, which don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's like it's just the standards of social media. Like if you're not getting it, if you're not putting it on, nobody cares about you, type of thing. And it's like, damn, what happened to the quality type of environment? But like, yeah, I really lost myself with trying to figure out me. And even to this day, like I'm still fluctuating throughout it and trying to, go to therapy and make sure I'm not instilling, some past traumas or the traumas that I endured within these 2 years of, the transition, being a mom, like onto my daughter. And I don't want to be the angry mom, or because I'm just so flustered in life and stuff like that, that like I'm taking it out on my kid. But it's like, I'm not. I know that, because regardless, even when I be like, oh my God, like I just like, it's to the point, like, I don't know, some of y'all are not gonna relate, and some of y'all are, to where it's like, yo, I don't want to be touched, I don't want to be called, I don't want to be like, I just want to be in my confined, like by myself, just like nobody needing me for once. And it's like, it sounds selfish to say that, right? Because you're a mom. What do you mean? You're a mom. Go be a mom. But nobody like really understands the mental of like once you become a mom for real. Like, imagine, like I said, in this time, my dark period of time, like I stopped pouring into my content. So it's like, I feel like along with being shadow banned, it put a stagnancy in my own content, because it's like, you got to put yourself out there, or you could be here today and gone tomorrow. And I started feeling like damn, I never wanted to be a has-been type of thing. Like, yeah, I was lit, I had motion or whatever. I never wanted to be that, or to fall off or whatever the case. But that's how I really started to feel, like, because I started falling out of love with doing the content, the makeup stuff, and all while trying to get my sanity of being a mom. And like, imagine, average person is 24 hours in a day. So that means you got 12 hours and then you got another 12 hours. If I wake up from if you wake up from 7 to 7 with a baby, that's the 12 hours right there. So that means you got 7 to 7. That's 7 to 7. It's not, even when the baby sleep, baby wake up. You gotta clean. You gotta wash it. You gotta cook. You gotta do work, make the money, do all these things. Like, that is draining. Like, that's draining. And enough people don't realize it. Like, people think like, or even in the fact of saying, like, having a 2-parent household, you can be in a 2-parent household and still feel like this, still go through postpartum, because it's like a mental thing. Like, literally, I remember one of the nights, like, with my daughter when she was super young and she was just crying, and it's like I didn't know what to do. I was at my limit. I just remember making a fresh bottle of milk. Mind you, if you know how much Enfamil and all that other stuff costs, so I took a fresh bottle of milk that I just made, and I was so like enraged, and just like my mind would snap. Like, I just threw it at the wall, and I was just like yo, like, I just remember so many nights like praying to God, just saying like, please, like, just like help me, like soothe her, let me, like, what am I doing wrong? But it's like, it's nothing that I'm doing wrong. It's just the type of child that I have. And then my reaction is not wrong, because it's just like my brain, I feel like the chemical imbalance is just not right after going through that, because it's like I already had a traumatizing birth, because I was in so much pain. I got this emergency C-section, and then it's like I had to heal from a C-section but still had to be a mom, postpartuming. And that's part of the reason why I honestly stopped breastfeeding, because it's like, it was so draining on my body. And even with that, made me feel like less of a woman, because it's like you hear the statistics and, you know, the older people saying like, you know, give your child that milk because they need the nutrients and stuff like that. But it's like this cow is tired. This cow, this old ass cow can't take no more. She's fighting back. And that's when I really had to switch. And that's what another thing, if you're a mom, do what works for you. Do not let nobody tell you this and that and whatever. Do whatever fits best for you and your kid. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody is gonna be the one. The ones with the opinions is not gonna be the one 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning with that baby. So do whatever you see fit that works for you, okay? And I also want to say that I just want to take a minute out to say, all my mothers, if you're watching this, mothers to be, mothers who lost, you know, a child, mothers, you're doing an amazing job. I don't know who needs to tell you this, but you're doing an amazing job. Because I know while I was going through what I was going through, all I wanted for real, is just to hear that like I was doing good. Not to necessarily say that people wasn't telling me, because I was getting that, but at the same time, it's just like I feel like I wish I got it more. And I don't think nobody thought I was a bad mom, but it's like we get so invested with like the child, and it's like, oh my god, like you know, we don't, like I said, we don't tend to give people our flowers until they're gone, type of thing. And we don't know how people feel, because just like how I could say like, you know, I felt kind of left out by friends and stuff like that, I also didn't communicate with my friends to tell them like, hey, you know, I feel these ways, because I feel like I said, I already jump into thinking like people have their own lives, you know. Talia, like, you're the one that decided to have a baby, not them. But it's like, it's always feel good for people to check in. And that's even for myself too, because now being a mom, and I know I had mom friends, I would have never thought that they would be going through, even though they could have expressed it to me. And I'm the one that always checks on my friends. Like, that's me for sure. But just in general, I'm pretty sure that there was times that they might have needed me or needed someone, and I wasn't there. So check on your mom friends for sure, because we're going through it, okay? Especially if they have a toddler. We're fighting for our lives. But yeah, outside of that though, like, I'm just still trying to figure out and find me this new and improved woman. Because as much as I like look at old pictures and I reminisce a lot on the old days, and it's good and bad, because the goodness to say like, you know, it reminds me of what I'm doing, and now I definitely have a reason of who I'm doing it for, you know. But outside of that, I feel like it's also bad in a way, because it's like, even in that headspace, I wasn't like, I went through a lot in life, you know. I feel like the odds were always against me from birth. So it's like, but there's nothing that like I can't challenge, because it's like, you know, being a mom, like I went to being bullied my whole life, damn near. Okay, half a decade of my life went through for fighting for my life, literally. So it's like, there's nothing big or small that I can't take on. God, anything that God gives me, I know that I can handle. But this definitely challenged me, for sure. Being a mom, it challenged me in all aspects that I thought that I was healed, that I really wasn't healed. And that's why I'm doing everything I can to make sure that, you know, I'm healing. And I just hope you guys can stick around with me on this journey where I'm headed in life, because it doesn't end here. And that's another thing I want to let my moms know, that it don't end here. Even if the person that you're with is not with you no more, or if your friends, they're not around you no more, or whatever the case, whatever your case is, like, it don't end there. That is not your story. You still have time to go, and you got somebody to make proud. So the rest, okay, and keep going. But it's definitely easier said than done, because I'd be ready to, like, some days I'd be ready to crash out for real. But like, I have a daughter and I know that she needs me more than anything. Like I said, like, that's my life, and I'm very grateful to have her, because now, like, I have a purpose to stay here. Because outside of that, like I said, if you know, I dealt with depression a lot, and I just think in my head how much like she sees me as her superhero, even when I'm mad, even when I'm upset, even when I'm tired, even when I'm looking a mess. Like, I'm still perfect in her eyes, and I can't fail her. I can't fail her. I'm also a daughter, so, you know, I don't want to fail my mom and stuff like that. But, you know, sometimes I just be needing a hug. Sometimes I just be needing that. But with God and prayer, I'm gonna be okay. I didn't get this far to just get this far, you know? And God didn't make no mistakes when he brought me her. I'll tell you that for sure. She's my strength. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but it's like, nobody really knows how, like, emotional I am about this topic, because it's like I said, I went through, like, I felt like I was just going back to back stuff. Like, life was just whooping my ass for these past 2 years. And it's like, I didn't open up and vocalize because I feel like nobody cares, you know? Or when I do vocalize what I'm going through, can't nobody really understand because they don't understand. But I'm glad I'm able to speak out on it here and let it out, and, you know, move forward from this and grow from this. And every day is still a learning process. Like, be gentle with me, because I'm still growing and learning as a mother, and I'm still growing and learning as a person, because that's what it really comes down to. Of like, I'm still a woman with a little girl who I have to raise while I'm still trying to figure this life out, you know? And it's not easy, but we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna make my daughter proud, no matter what. I'm such a crybaby. I hate that. But outside of that, though, like I said, I'm very happy. I'm getting happy. You know, I can say that I feel like I'm not faking it to make it no more. Like, I'm really, God, I'm just leaning on him. And sometimes that's what happens. Like, he will shake up your world just so you can lean on him. You know, he is the answer for everything. So I thank him 100 times. I thank him for all the things I accomplished in his life. I thank him for my daughter. I thank him for the viewers here on watching it with me, and whatever that you guys are going through. I pray that, you know, you guys will be anointed and touched by the hand of the Lord, and he can soothe your problems if you feel like you can't do it. I pray that the Lord redirect you into the right light, and I'm here with you. I pray for health, wealth, and success over me, my family, my YouTube family, and everyone that's watching this video, new, old subscriber. I very appreciate it so much. In Jesus' name I pray, amen, amen. But enough crying. So this is was just a little bit update on where I've been, what's up with me, and, you know, just where I go from here. And from here, it's only way up to the top. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. But I need you guys to engage with me, okay? Because I can't be just dropping videos and ain't nobody engaging. Because I'm like that. Because I'm shadow banned enough. Just help me out. But all right, guys, it's your girl Pink Barbie, and I am checking out.